Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15. I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15. I got that phone to nothing.
eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The samstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at simstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios.
G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back. Let me grab a hat. Give me 1 second. All right, I think I'm ready now. How does the webcam look? It should follow. There we go. There we go. It's an expensive webcam. Well, technically, this is a more expensive webcam, but the Logitech one that I have, it just works seamless. It works better with PCs. You can use this as a webcam, and if anybody's interested, whoa, look at that, auto zoom out. What do you know? I'm going to add shirts to our website, esimstudios.store tomorrow. If anybody's interested in knowing how to pair a phone as a webcam, I can show you how to do it. Also, now that it's zooming out a lot and you can see the background more, check this out. See this right here? I got a couple more boxes of these tiles, and I'm actually going to put them, I'm going to fill this whole wall out. Now check this out. I found out that my YouTube plaque, what do they call it? Creators Award. I think that's a technical term, but for hitting 100K subscribers, I believe that comes in tomorrow. So I want to look, doing some upgrades here. Got my measuring tape. I'm gonna put not necessarily a workbench, but I guess technically it's I guess Amazon calls it a hallway table. So it's gonna be long. It's gonna be but enough room that I can. It's gonna. Anyways, long story short, we're a work in progress here in my guest bedroom / studio. Got another monitor I'm gonna put up there, so I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 separate recording areas. Maybe a little stale watching this every single day with the same environment, same background. So I'm gonna have a recording area over here with a big ass monitor. We're gonna have this recording area, and then I'll probably have, I don't know, same spot but a camera aiming the other way. Anyways, whatever. Appreciate y'all joining us. Out of breath and back at normal times. Got a lot going on. So this is eSIM Studios Podcast Livestream episode number 153. Thursday afternoon, July 18th. Man, this month went by quick. July 18th, 2024. So as I mentioned, I get my plaque in tomorrow. It's cool. I probably won't have it. Well, I guess I could put it back there, but whatever. I also got news that we get our Z Flip 6 in tomorrow from Samsung. It has been shipped. It says delivery date 7/19, so technically that would be tomorrow. So we'll probably do another live unboxing like we did with the CMF phone, with the Z Flip 6. Whenever that gets in, if it's 10 a.m., I'm going live. If it's 7 p.m., I'm going live. Now, I'm going to do our regular podcast if we get around this time and it still hasn't been delivered. I'm still going to do our regular podcast, but I think UPS comes around here between 10 and 2. So expect a live stream tomorrow between 10 and 2, but I'm also either going to do one long stream where we do the unboxing and hit some of the news, or we'll just do the unboxing live. And then we'll, depending on what time it is, I'll come back and do another live stream about the news because there is a lot going on, right? Let me send this notification out and we will get into that as well. Let's see here. So, if you go to eSIMstudios.app, that's correct, eSIMstudios.app. I have our own web app, progressive web app. Man, I love progressive web apps. They're so easy to build, so easy to maintain, so easy. Much more easier than the traditional websites. I'll tell you that. So I sent out a notification. So not only if you subscribe to our eSIM Studios YouTube channel, again, watching this, I'm broadcasting this across a bunch of different platforms: Twitter, Instagram, and about 4 or 5 YouTube channels. Make sure you come to eSIM Studios YouTube channel and subscribe, or go to eSIMstudios.app. Install the progressive. It'll ask you, just go to eSIMstudios.app. After 15-20 seconds, it'll ask you, do you want to install this on your home screen? Select yes. And then I don't send a lot of notifications, simply because I know what it's like. That's why I don't really like smartwatches. You notice I forgot to put my CMF smartwatch on today. Oops. Not used to wearing one. I got stuff buzzing all over the place every single day. So I personally don't send out a lot of notifications, right? And I update the app in the background, so you don't even have to go to the App Store or anything. I do it all. We will get to the news. A lot of news, a lot of big news. Here's I may have mentioned yesterday that I'm getting the Fold 6. I know I went to Best Buy, filmed some footage at Best Buy. It's phenomenal. And I've never wanted a Fold. Just thought it was too clunky, thought it just didn't really make sense. I've always had a tablet. I've always had a laptop. So a Fold, now the Flip is cool. That's cool. And again, that comes in tomorrow. Never really wanted a Fold until I went to Best Buy. Now, I've been debating back and forth for the last, 48 hours. Should I get one? Should I not? Should I get one? Should I not? Go to Samsung's website, I think 3 or 4 times yesterday to try to figure out, if I trade in this, can I get this? If I trade in, trying to find a little way. Because look, Samsung's not sending me that one. They are not. So if I'm going to get that one, I'm going to have to purchase that. It's a lot of money. So even trade-ins, even if you see a trade-in, whoa, I get $1,100 for this device, for this trade-in, and you select it, and you're like, hell yeah. And then you still look at your total. It's still like 900 something bucks you gotta owe. So now that we got some news today, I think my mind is made up for a little bit. Because remember, that Fold is essentially 2 flagships in one. Now, yeah, it's like getting a phone when it's closed, right? And getting a tablet when it's open. I mean, it's one phone, but essentially you get the idea. It's a lot of money. So that means I could get, because we're just at the point where the channel-wise, we're growing. We're getting more sponsorship inquiries, opportunities. I got stuff going on in the background, but we're not real big enough to where all these companies start sending me all their phones. to review. Now, I've gotten lucky. Samsung has sent me a couple things. Nothing's been wonderful. Haven't heard anything on this news today. Maybe I will. I'm sure I will. Nothing's been our biggest supporter. Anyways, I would have to come out of pocket for that fold, and I don't know. I am getting the flip too, so it's like, I'll have a foldable. Now, do you remember Samsung's coming out with the Z Fold 6 Slim? You remember that, where I think we've discussed this in the last month or so, and then before last month, it was rumored that they were going to have an Ultra model, possibly with an S Pen. Now that those rumors dissolved and kind of evolved into the Slim model, right? I've been so busy today. I meant to write an article about this topic we're getting into. I just didn't have time, so I'm gonna have to go. We'll run and pull a publication up before we hit our website to look at the news. But here's what I think I'm gonna do. That's coming out later in the year. Not many people know about it, so that's why I'm talking about it now, bringing this to your attention. And also rumored, not quite guaranteed, it's just going to stick to the Asian markets. I think there's a small possibility they'll open it for global sales. I think I'm going to wait and get that one. Now, what's the difference between this Z Fold 6 right now and the upcoming Z Fold 6 Slim that's going to come out in October? That's not even that far away. Well, the device, when it's closed, is only going to be 7 millimeters thick. 7 millimeters thick. What have I always told? Well, you may or may not have heard this, but I always say this. If I'm going to get a foldable, what do I want it to look like and feel like? I want it to look like and feel like a phone just like this, that simply opens up into a tablet or two phones, right? Well, guess what? That's exactly what this Z Fold 6 Slim is going to be. 7 millimeters thick when closed. That means when open, 3.5 millimeters thick. Can you believe that? 3.5 millimeters thick. Do I have a ruler here? I don't think I have millimeters on here, do I? No, just inches. That is insane how thin it's going to be when opened. So it's essentially going to be what I've always wanted. So I was thinking, damn, I saw that news today. And then I saw the nothing news. And then I remembered, oh yeah, Pixels come out in 3 weeks, 18 days, 20 days, something like that. So I'm like, why am I rushing, breaking the bank to get a fold when I'm already getting a flip, and then I'm getting all these other devices here in the future? So I'm like, and then I heard this new one's going to be essentially my perfect foldable. So I was like, I'm just going to wait for that. So now if it doesn't come to the US, I'll probably be screwed. But it is what it is, right? I'll probably just purchase it on eBay, or I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna pass on the fold and stick with the flip. Are y'all doing okay today? Any big news going on with y'all? Daniel, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. And Brian, yes, thank you for joining us. Yeah, those last 2 days, it's like a big blur. I can't even specifically remember. I got a lot going on here in the background, and then I'm trying to do all this, and I'm trying to fill out schedule our Chiefs YouTube channel for the season. Oh man, I'm gonna have to become a morning person now. Anyways, if you missed this podcast, now this podcast I do every single day at this time. There is an audio version. So if you missed the video version on YouTube, where you just perhaps one day you're walking and you see somebody use a a flip and you're like, oh yeah, I wonder what's going on in the tech world. Come to eSIM Studios. Simply search eSIM Studios on YouTube. But if you want to take us with you on the go, we are an official certified podcast. Yes, you can get certified. I've applied and we got certified. Wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Radio app. We're there. YouTube Music, Amazon Music, anywhere you go to listen to a podcast, search eSIM Studios will pop up. So not only do I upload this audio, I also upload content that I shoot, pre-recorded stuff, and upload. Audio version of that or video version of that goes to the podcast too. So you can follow every single thing this channel does. All right, so we got into the cameras yesterday. I got pushed back on that, but it's all good. I welcome it. It's all good. And yes, what was it? The main sensor is the same, but the 3 others are new. So, yeah, whatever. Oh, I'm looking at the screen and yelling at night. By the way, I'm sorry I keep on getting sidetracked. Yeah, my head's going 1,000 miles an hour. It's probably not good. I'm drinking Red Bull, but it is what it is. Let me share the screen. I'll do another giveaway here this week. Probably tomorrow we'll do giveaway. So if you go to eSIM Studios, if you go to our store, what the hell? There we go. Typed the wrong letter. So if you go to eSIM Studios .store, eSIM Studios.store, I'm adding stuff every day. Like I said, these are not random crappy stuff here. This is all my stuff, personal stuff. I'm trying to get rid of stuff. I got way too much stuff just sitting around. I'm not doing anything. Chromebook, perfect example. Badass Chromebook. It's immaculate. Got it up for sale. Don't use it anymore. I get the Firebat Mini PC. I install Graphene OS on your Pixels. If you want, send your Pixel in. We can talk about it. Just hit me up in the messaging. But yes, I install Graphene OS. Also sell Pixels. Let's say you want a Pixel, but you want to install Graphene OS. I can do that too. I can ship it to you with Graphene OS. So, got the OnePlus 12R. Got official Google power adapters and cables. So, just bookmark this. I'm literally adding stuff every day. So, take a peek once a day and see if there's something you like. And I just lowered the prices too. So I'm not trying to get rich off of this website. I'm just trying to get rid of stuff that I got. It's just sitting around. So eSIMstudios.store, bookmark that. But now let's go to eSIMstudios.app. That's correct. They all roll into they all have a meaning. Sorry. There we go. The lighting doesn't get jacked up. Is it too bright? That made me too bright. That's all right. Okay. So let's remove this. Pixel 9 Pro XL battery sizes. Battery sizes for the Pixel 9 Pro XL is roughly going to be right around the same size as it is in the Pixel 8 Pro. I think it's just shy of 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Where's my Pixel? See, I got stuff laying around. I think it's that's Google. It's going to be right around the same. Not exactly the same, right around the same. However, you should see a little better battery life, right? You should, in theory. Newer processor, more efficient processor, but with the way tensors are going, I have no idea. Yet to be seen. But sizes are going to roughly remain the same. All right. So, there we go. China Telecom only released Samsung Fold W24 Z Fold 5. Is that the Ultra model exclusive to the Asian market? No, not yet. Nope. Not yet. It's going to be released in late October. So they initially said later in the year, and that was earlier in the year when we first got word of it. And I kind of been following it. Any little news that are rumors, or not rumors, but any little news that I thought was halfway true, I would just bring it to everybody's attention over these last 3 or 4 months. And now it looks like we got some pretty good leaked information that it's going to be internally. Samsung's aiming for late October now. They're not going to have a launch event for this, right? They're not going to have like an unpacked event. Now, you know what? They might. Maybe. Because it just dawned on me. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 series, their tablet series, their flagship tablet series, is getting a late October launch date. So they might have an online thing launching their tablets, and then as a grand finale, they'll be like, and here's our whatever Z Fold 6 Slim Ultra, whatever they're going to call it. So they might do an unpacked event. However, in the past they've done both for these tablets. They've done a launch event for tablets, but they've also just said, hey, they're for sale. Put out a press release to the media and basically run some advertising and just release them online for sale. So I don't know, but believe me, I'll be paying attention, and I'll let everybody know once we get some more news, right? And again, it's not that far away. So did everybody see this video? Again, closer and closer we get to launch date for these Pixels, the more and more stuff comes out. So apparently somebody's got Actually, I need to change this to a Pro XL. This was a Pixel 9 Pro. Well, look, it could be either one. They all have the same cameras now. Anyways, Pixel 9 Pro was caught in the wild. Somebody on TikTok showed their experience with the camera, with the zoom. Now, it appears that this new Pixel 9 series is still only going to have a 30x zoom on the video camera. Currently, with my Samsung, with the Samsung, I got 20x on the video camera. We were hoping for a little more. A little more is, good. I'm fine with where it's at. I know there's a lot of chatter online of why Google did not increase the zoom, right? But let's take a look at the video. There is actual video of this. I am able to play it. It was on TikTok, so I'm not going to get a copyright strike. But keep this in mind before we watch it. I've heard people online say that this dude, he shows video, shows a Pixel 9 right there. And then the very next second, it cuts to him recording video. So you don't actually see him turn it around and hit record. I'm trying to get at, some people are saying online it's fake. Some people are saying, well, you have the Pixel 9 up there, but then when you record, that's the Pixel 8 Pro. So I don't know. I was like, what? And I went back, I watched it a few times. They look pretty similar. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out. Let me turn this off. Open this and check it out. Ooh, that's loud. Now, that was not in video camera mode. I apologize. That was in the regular camera mode. And that would make sense because my cameras on my S24 Ultra go 100x, I believe, right? Because you can zoom into the moon. Yeah. S24 Ultra goes to 100x. What does the S24 Plus do? I'm just trying to take some of its competitors, right, and see what it competes against as far as what they can do. Let's see. I have so many devices, I can't remember what does what. So the S24 Plus, guess what? Only goes to 30 max zoom. So it would be right in line with the S24 Plus. Nothing phone definitely doesn't go there. And we'll get to nothing news, huge news here. That's a little teaser with the thumbnail. Now let's see what the One Plus I think does 120x. Yep, 128 times zoom on the OnePlus 12. What does the OnePlus 12R do? Let's see. It only goes to 20. Do I have the right lens? Yeah. 20x on the OnePlus 12R. Still gets good photos, but some people are saying they wish it was like 40 or 50x zoom when taking photos. I personally don't care. You don't ever, depending on who you are, you might take a few more photos in the max zoom than the average person, right? I very rarely, it's like once in a blue moon, no pun intended, where I'll zoom in on the moon and try to take a picture, or just on a review, trying to see how clear the pictures are on max zoom with each device that I'm reviewing. But just normal everyday life, I'm not maxing out the zoom to take pictures. So again, doesn't bother me. I don't see what the big deal is. Again, with NFC too, with the CMF phone that doesn't have NFC, doesn't bother me. I don't use NFC, but some people do use it. So look, I have this classic saying, right? And it's not that classic. It's kind of a no-brainer, but think about it. There's no perfect smartphone. There is no perfect smartphone. Whatever your absolute favorite phone is, or even your top 3 phones of all time, or one that you absolutely love to use, it's fun to use, there's always, at very least, one thing that could be improved a little bit, or damn, I wish they did this instead of that, or for example, right? And it varies from person to person, right? So I'm not concerned that the Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL only go to 30x zoom. I'm fine with that, but maybe that's a knock-on Pixel that you wish it had 40x zoom or 50x zoom or even 100x zoom. Again, that would play to my saying that there's no perfect smartphone, right? Sometimes I'm not talking about Google. I'm just saying in general. Sometimes you scratch your head and you're like, man, what the hell are these people doing? Like what are these manufacturers doing? What are they talking about in the boardroom when they say yay or nay on device features and hardware and software? What the hell are they thinking? There's some no-brainers, and look, nothing really comes to mind. Maybe I'll write some down because it just randomly pop in my head certain days. Maybe I'll start writing those down. But there is no perfect smartphone. As cool as the OnePlus 12 is, and how much fun, it's been very enjoyable to use over these past couple weeks. Not perfect. S24 Ultra, far from perfect. In fact, mine's been getting a little hot lately, and I don't really know what's going on with it. In fact, I'll blow through and I don't even have a SIM card in here, I don't think. Battery dead. Gets hot. It's like great. So again, not a perfect smartphone. But you have to compromise, and you have to figure out for yourself what makes sense, what doesn't, what you can live with, what you can't live without. Let me plug this in, and we'll get to the next story. Okay, so what I was thinking, I think, and also once I get the rest of the studio filled out, right, with these tiles, with the monitors on the wall, I'm gonna put the YouTube plaque right here, behind me. I think I'm gonna really take this live stream to the next level. Right now, I'm just kind of winging it, right? I'm just kind of getting some stories and hitting, live. And I think it's pretty obvious, right? Not too buttoned up over here, but I think I am going to try to make it a little more buttoned up. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go to scripts, reading scripts, right? Because I always talk about, that's why I created this channel, because the tech YouTube, minus one or two people, is just, I don't know, it's kind of discouraging. Listen, everybody, just read a script. But I'm not saying I'm going to read a script, but I think what would be cool is if I added just, a little more neat features, like make it more news-centric, right? So with each topic that we get into, I can have a pop-up right here, a graphic, kind of like you watch the 5 o'clock news. Like, tonight, men gunned down in downtown Dallas over a parking situation, and they'll have a graphic that pops up. I think I'm going to do something kind of similar. I don't know. Make it a little more visually appealing, I guess you could say. Anyways, and the reason why I'm going to do that with my Chiefs NFL channel, make it more ESPN, Sports Center like. So, you know what? I could probably kind of bring that over to the tech side a little bit. So PTI, pardon the interruption, they have topics and they go down. Ooh, that's a good idea. Do y'all remember PTI, pardon the interruption? Any ESPN watchers out there? They'll have topics, they'll have a list of topics, graphics, and they'll go down each one. So y'all know, the viewer, what topics we're going to hit, where we are at. They'll have a timer. That's a good idea. So I'm not just blabbling on about something. It's a really good idea. So I'm going to work on some stuff here, some really cool stuff. So bear with me. Let's see, where were we at? Yeah, what's going on, Ashton? I appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much, sir. So Google, I need to remove this. There was no video for the Fold. Now, there's a new picture, and the Fold's kind of a weird, it hasn't been leaked a lot, has not been talked about a lot, and this might be the most anticipated Pixel out of all of them in the lineup. Aside from the small Pixel 9 Pro, I think Google's going to sell a lot of them depending on where the price points are at. We saw the leaked prices in Europe for these Pixel devices. Expensive. Very, very expensive. Raise the prices a lot, but I'm not going to flip out. I'm going to reserve judgment until we see the official prices for these Pixel devices here in the US, because like Daniel was saying the other day, could be they raise the price because remember, they're importing these devices from here, from us. So they could be adding on extra taxes that the company has to pay. They pass them on to you, or VAT taxes, or shipping, handling, whatever. Prices will go up. We just don't know how much. But not much talked about this Pixel 9 Fold 2. One of the rare, I think there's only a handful of leaks of official images of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. There's one of them. So, very, very short article, just 5-6 sentences, but wanted to implement that so everybody can take a good look. That's their I believe porcelain color. You will be able to get it in obsidian black, porcelain, and I think that's it. I don't think they're bringing much color to the Fold series, which is a shame. But you can always go out and get a skin, right? Okay. We'll save nothing for the last. Now, I got about 20 minutes left, so I got plenty of time. Android 15 Beta 4 rolling out right now to Pixel devices if you're on the beta program or enrolled in the beta program. If you are, check your phone. You got an update. So what is this? So if you're enrolled, you know iOS has the iOS 18 beta for all the iPhone users watching. This is Google's version of it. And they're rolling out the very last update, the very last beta version of Android 15 that we've had on our Pixel devices for a long time. I'm going to say maybe 6 months, 8 months, something like that. Now, why is this the last update? Well, I mentioned Google changes stuff up all the time. And that's why I kind of give up trying to keep track of everything. Because once I get caught up with their current status or what they're doing, they'll go and flip it on you the following year. So anyways, back in the day, let's take a trip down memory lane. So when was this? Basically all throughout Nexus, right? So new people not familiar with Google, Pixels. Before Pixel was Pixel, Google did produce a phone, and its name was Nexus. Now, Nexus was more of it was geared towards everybody. Anybody could buy it. However, it was more the developers, right? Developers love to get their hands on them, test their new applications, because it always ran the newest version of Android. So developers try to get their hands on them, test their applications. So when they push out the major update to the Google Play Store, all phones would be good when they run the app. Google stopped Nexus and they implemented the Pixel brand. That's the more premium flagship type mobile device from Google. Now, I say that because every year Google released a Nexus device same day. It used to be at the end of October every single year, right around the 25th to 31st. I remember the Nexus 5 was released on Halloween or the day before Halloween. So they would always launch their new Nexus device, right? And they would also release the new version of Android. So if you had a previous Nexus or a year-old Nexus or whatever Nexus Google phone you had, they would release on the same day a new phone and a new version of Android. They've done that for a long time. Now, they stopped doing that, I believe, even through Pixel. When Pixel was first announced, they would release a new Pixel and a new version of Android on the same day. They stopped doing that, I believe. I could be wrong. I believe they stopped doing it on the Pixel 6. When 6 came, it was either 5 or 6. I think it was 6. So when 6 came out, I remember them releasing this new schedule. So when the 6 came out, they were going to release the 6 in October, as they normally do. They were going to release the new version of Android like 2 months before that. So that's when they got off schedule from releasing phone and operating system at the same time. Now, it looks like they're going back to their old schedule. See what I'm saying? They flip-flop all the time. So it looks like they're going to release the new version of the official stable build of Android 15 essentially on the day, or give or take a day or two, but essentially on the same day that they launched these new Pixel 9 series. That's why I bring up that backstory. But Yeah, so look, this version of Android has been good, minus one hiccup. Typically, these beta versions have been very good to me. I've run beta software on almost every device, every Pixel device that I've used. This year is the first time in probably 3 or 4 years where my phone actually bricked, and I had to recover it using the Android flash tool. Now, those of y'all, if this ever happens to you, remember eSIM Studios, right? So I put this on my web app even before this happened to me, because I know out of the blue that that's one of the risks. It's very small, and it's gotten minimized throughout the years, because back 5, 6, 7 years ago, that was a big risk. Like getting your phone bricked was not a oh shit moment, right? It was like, damn, got it bricked. All right, let me hook it up. Let me flash a new build. But not many people know how to do that, right? So I got you covered. We'll come back to this, but look, if you come to eSIM Studio, if your phone ever gets it, now I'm talking about Pixel devices. There's a way for non-Pixel devices. I don't encourage you or recommend you using this, what I'm about to tell you, for anything else. Only Pixel. Possibly could, but I think there's some stops in there internally that will block. If you try to hook a Samsung up and flash it, I don't think it'll work. But there is a workaround, so maybe I'll implement that this week. But if you brick your Pixel device, simply come to eSIMstudios.app, click on the menu. See this Android flash tool? This will save you time and money and a headache. So I have how to do it. Takes a few minutes. Very easy, very simple. You can run it on a Chromebook. Oh, you saw that Chromebook ad for sale on eSIMstudios.store? What do you know? It's in my video right here. You can flash firmware from a Chromebook. It's that cool. So I'll walk you through how to do it, right? So long story, just remember that if you ever brick a Pixel. But this version's been pretty good, right? Good battery life, fast, fluid operating system, not many hiccups on the beta build of Android. Right? Now, I have a list. Also have links. If you want to update your phone, scroll to the very bottom. What the hell? Oh yeah, link right there. Here's the guide to installing it. You probably know, but it's nice to have it there. But I have everything listed here that it essentially fixes, and it's more than I initially thought. Because when I opened this up, I was like, the very last build, beta build, there's probably not going to be a lot that needs to be finished or fixed. When I looked at the changelog, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to go through everything. If you want to look at the details of the changelog, you're not going to have to scour the internet. Come to eSIMstudios.app. I got y'all covered, right? Excited for battery savings on next version. Me too. I just told you my Samsung S23 Ultra. I may have to factory reset it. I don't know. It's not taking that good of pictures, honestly. And it's getting hot. It's dying early. So I may have to wipe that one and get a fresh start. Odin for Samsung. Yes. Odin for Samsung. You read my mind. But be careful. There's a ton of fictitious and malicious Odins out there. A ton of them that will either brick your device or install spyware. So be careful about that. I use one from Samsung. I guess I shouldn't say that, but I'll put it. I'll add that is probably the next week or so. What is your daily driver? Let's see. Interesting you asked. Yes, I am the same. I have 2 SIM cards. I take 2 phones wherever I go, no matter what. Let's see what everybody else says. I'm gonna try that. Here, let me highlight that. Samsung phones are the only ones that have to clear the cache partition every month or so to fix battery drain issues. I'm going to give that a try. That's a good suggestion. So my main SIM, my T-Mobile SIM, OnePlus 12, right? My secondary SIM, my Google Fi SIM, is I use it for my work line or my line that I take with me. And then Nothing Phone 2A, and we'll get to that news here in just a minute. Nothing 2A, love this thing. I did have it in Samsung. I was gonna move my T-Mobile, my main SIM, into this phone today. I just never got around to it though. I was gonna switch things up. I try not to stay in one phone too long. You know, I get stuck in a perspective, or I'll go back to phone and be like, God, that is a really nice phone to use. Because these are all on my desk. These are all on. And I'll use, try to use them as much as I can. But it's not like having a SIM in here. You get calls, you get texts. But I think I'm going to put my main SIM, maybe my secondary SIM in here. But I want to use this. I want to go back to using this. Sleeper. Maybe the sleeper phone of the year. We'll have to see how that goes. S23 Plus. Badass phone. What does everybody have? Z Fold 5. Nice phone. Nice phone. Are you upgrading? Did you upgrade? Did you pre-order? Let me go to the final story right here. Sorry about that. The Nothing brand is going to introduce a new phone, and we're talking a new phone in about 10 days, just under 2 weeks. I was shocked when I saw this today. Now, I knew this was a teaser, so Nothing's pretty cool. They're not like, well, I'm not going to say that. They're different in that they try to stay close to their community, their users, which is one of the reasons why, and one of the many reasons why I like Nothing, right? And they kind of bring that same mantra from OnePlus. When Carl Pei, CEO of Nothing, was with OnePlus, they were really community-oriented and or user-oriented. They would listen to the user. The employees of the company are always in the forums on their website, and you can reach out to them, right? You can ask questions. Hey, why didn't you put NFC in his phone? Well, here's the reasons, They tweeted out. So if you follow them on Twitter or X, I remember this, when was it? Last week. All they tweeted out was a plus, and it was a icon. Just the plus icon, right? Like you see on Nintendo, like a keypad. It was just a plus, nothing else. No words, no letters, just a plus. Everybody was like, "What the hell is that?" Nobody, there were tons of guesses. What do you know? Or at least I finally figured out what that plus was. I assumed. Well, I knew it was going to be a plus model of something. I was assuming it was going to be earbuds. I don't know. I did not expect a phone, and certainly did not expect a new phone here within a few days. And we'll get to the logic behind it, right? Oh, you know what? I don't have any fold cases. I can get you one, no? Rinky, I got a good... you want a Rinky case, though? I can get you one. what I'll do is I'm going to buy it on Amazon and ship it to you. But Rinky has got me covered on that stuff. I got your contact info right here. I'm gonna get with you after the show. If you want one, the offer's on the table. I'll ship it to you. I'll get it from Amazon, in courtesy of Rinky. If there's one on there you like, just let me know. I got your email here. I see you emailed me and I overlooked it. I apologize about that. I'll get with you here soon. Samsung Ultra, yeah, the Fold 6 Ultra. I think it's gonna be badass. Okay, so nothing's not putting out a phone 3 this year. And we all know the reasons behind it, right? Carl Pei put out a YouTube video about 5 minutes long where he talks the first minute or two. Then the head of design or whatever, I forgot his name, damn it. But one of the higher ups, and I think he might be a small owner as well, talks about this new model, AI model they're working on. And then Carl finishes up the short video with another few minutes. But he says, and this is why we're going to wait and bring you this AI next year on the phone 3. And everybody's like, whoa, no phone 3 this year. So I looked up on my receipt. I purchased the phone 2 on July 28th. Yeah, July 28th. 26th to 28th. So here in a few days, a week, this will be 1 year old, right? And since they're not releasing a quote-unquote flagship device, I think this is why they're introducing a plus model of the 2A. Now, I know what you're thinking. The 2A, why don't they introduce a 2 Plus instead of the 2A, right? Why are they doing it on their mid-range and not their quote-unquote flagship? Well, if you've been a viewer of this channel, the reason is because I can hardly tell the difference between the two. Now, when you hold them, yes, one's plastic and one is glass. I'm sure if you're a gamer, which I'm not, if you're a gamer, I'm sure you might be able to tell the difference. Other than that, pretty similar. I think if they released a Nothing Phone 2 Plus, just to hold people over until the 3 is ready, I think people would essentially, in their minds, think that the 2 Plus would be the 3, right? So I think they wanted to, look, they have high expectations. And that's why they're not putting this phone 3 out until next year. Because when they put it out, they want it done right. And they explain that in the video. They don't want just some... The AI that they're working on is true AI, right? It's the definition. It's not some Google Assistant on steroids, right? It's not some stupid, I don't know, function on your phone where they call this AI. No. What they're doing in that video, and I'll probably link it after this is done, it's a real virtual assistant that you can talk to all day, schedules everything for you, reminds you everything for you. It's like one of those, it's like you're talking to a real person, right? They basically, so they're working on something very cool that no other manufacturer has going on right now. Now, maybe they do, but we don't know about. But they want to release that with this phone 3, like AI that's actually helpful, like that you'll actually use. Because all these little AI features that all these phones have, I don't use them. And I'm sure most people don't as well. They just like to use the AI term, right? So, what do we know about this new phone? Not much. What I do know is that, am I going to get one? Hell yeah, I'm going to get one. Let's see. Plans to launch a Plus version later this month. Now, if you had to guess, Plus, what if it's going to be, if it's the 2A Plus, that means they're going to build upon this 2A. So I was doing some thinking because this news came out a few hours ago. And I was like, you know what? You know what I hope they do? And I hope they do this not specifically for the US market, because I think their biggest market in terms of sales, in terms of profit, revenue, I think is Asia. Well, I know it's Asia because you got to include India in that continent, right? Now their headquarters are in London, so they are huge in Europe as well. Probably bigger in Europe than the USA. So Asia, Europe are 1 and 2 as far as markets for nothing, and then USA is number 3 market, which is why we predominantly had to buy our devices on the beta program, even though there's nothing beta about it. So what I guess, because this is all we know, we don't know anything else, it's going to be a plus. So what I'm hoping they do is I would like to see Snapdragon inside here. Now, the MediaTek Dimensity chip that's in here has actually, to be completely honest with you, blown me away. I did not have high expectations for this phone. I was excited, right? But I was like, the only thing I just don't know about that CPU. I think I've had one other phone in 20 years. I got my first cell phone when I was 18. I know that sounds way late, but you gotta remember that was in 2001. So shit, that was more than 20 years ago. That was like 23 years ago, right? So I think out of 23 years of having a cell phone, I think I've only had one that has MediaTek, and I wasn't that impressed. This one blown me away. Now, that being said, I still prefer Qualcomm Snapdragon CPU. Thank you. I didn't wear that just to say that, I promise. But I had this on before the news came out today. I would like to see them put a Snapdragon, either a 7S Gen 3. I know they're not gonna put an 8S Gen 3. Remember, $350. So you got to kind of, limit your expectations, but just put some. I think that would be suitable. Now, I don't know the numbers. I don't know what they get them at cost, right? But I would like to see that, because the S version, what is it? Snapdragon 7S Gen 3. That's their mid-range CPU. That's also geared towards AI or machine learning, whatever you want to call it. Much cheaper, less powerful, obviously, but I guarantee you more powerful than this Dimensity chip. This is no slouch, but you got to remember, it is a, it's actually a lower level mid-range, but it does not perform. That's why I'm having a hard time describing this. It's $350, but what I do, multitasking, heavy multitasking, bunch of apps open in the background, keeps up with this $1,000 phone like nothing. Now, this takes better photos, but this is no slouch either. This takes decent photos. Now, the size. So I would like to see a little better processor. I saw somebody online, we need more RAM and more storage. No, you don't. This has 12 gigs of RAM. You can add an extra 8 in the virtual RAM section. So 20 gigs of RAM is plenty enough. 12 is enough. 256, normal. RAM storage, no. I would like to see a camera upgrade. These are not bad, but remember, they're not great. But it's doable. I would like to see a little more glyphs on the back, because on this 2H, just on the top half, on the regular 2, it's on the whole back. Right? Now, possibly a bigger display. So that's the very first thing I thought of, minus the CPUs. When you say plus, when you say bigger, plus adding 2, it has a 6.7-inch display. I don't know how much bigger they're gonna want to go. I think that's the perfect size for me, in my opinion. 6.7. Samsung 6.82, almost too big. Now, it depends on how the aspect ratio, because this is also a 6.8, and I don't really struggle to use this phone like I do the S23 Ultra. So it all depends on the shape and stuff. But look, I have no idea what they're going to add to this, but I'm very excited. This will be the second version of the Phone 2a to hit the market after previous quote-unquote special editions. Yes, that's what I would like to see as well. Have y'all seen these colors that they put on these 2As? Yeah, they're all sold out. They're all sold out. The recently released CMF Phone 1 is also a variant of the Phone 2a. Similar specs. We've gone over that many times. Very similar specs. Same screen size, everything. So we don't know. Now, here's the deal. Before we get out of here. This launch event is going to be 5 a.m. When is it? Did I have it on here? I'm going to definitely live stream this. July 31st, yes, but what time? Anyways, I thought I saw... I'll let y'all know tomorrow. I thought I saw it was a 5 a.m. start time. Now, that might have been Eastern. So, that would be 4 a.m. here in Texas. I'm not sure, but what I can tell you is that I'm going to stay awake and live stream this. And then, obviously, later in the day, if you can't stay up or you can't wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning, we'll do our normal live streams and talk about it. But, very excited. So it's a mystery, but probably as we get closer, again, it's just almost a week away. We might get a little sneak peek here and there. I'm sure they're going to give us a little dibble and dabble as we lead up to this upcoming week of certain things that it's going to have or feature. So definitely going to be cool. Now, before we get out of here, Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 on its way. Supposed to be delivered tomorrow. So we will see. We're going to do a live unboxing here, and then we'll also do a regular podcast recording. So I'm going to get out of here. I got to make a few adjustments on the site. Don't forget, if you need in the need of a new phone, tablet, computer, I'm adding stuff to eSIMstudios.store every single day. eSIMstudios.store, eSIMstudios.app, and eSIM Studios podcast, eSIM Studios YouTube. If it involves tech, it involves us. I'm including y'all. Y'all are part of the team. So thank you very much. I really appreciate the time. And as always, same time, same place tomorrow. Hit me. I'm going to email you about the Rinky case, Brian. Appreciate it, guys. Peace out.